Hey, what's going on? Happy Monday, you guys. It is March. I was going to say February. It is March 18th. What's going on with you guys, man? It's Monday. Your boy is back. I know it's been a little bit. I've had a little bit of a hiatus. I've changed my setup. I've done a lot of different things. Getting ready for the upcoming elevation with the Common Sense Show TV podcast. Not only will I be doing these in audio, I'll be doing these and uploading these in video as well on either Podbean or YouTube. I haven't really decided yet, one of the two. But these will be going live here once a week on Mondays, maybe twice a week, depending on how I'm feeling, because it's a lot to this social media stuff and preparing YouTube videos and cutting and editing and putting stuff in. It's a lot to it. It really is. But happy Monday again. Welcome to another episode of the Common Sense Show TV podcast. Today is Headline Monday. This is the days that I come on and I talk about some of today's news worthy stuff. There's a lot of crap going on, but there's only a certain few things that are newsworthy. So I'm going to jump right in here. Because we need to. It's just so much stuff going on. Oh my God, let me see if I can find my news app here. Waiting for it to upload. One of the first things that I want to talk about before I even pull up my news app here is the whole college entry scandal with a few celebrities that are involved. Lori McLaughlin and Felicity Huffman was one of the two names that I've heard so far that were involved in this college scandal, to where they cheated for they cheated for their kids to get into these Ivy League schools or these good schools or what have you. And I feel like that is very, 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 very unfair. And then there was the black mother who went to prison for 5 years for registering her son in the wrong district so he can go to a better school. Now, I don't know about you, but I can tell you that that's just a blaring sign or a blaring slap in the face of racism that's going on in this country. I mean, how does these celebrities who's got plenty of money, who can put their kids through school, and yet nothing is probably going to happen to these. Let's be honest. There's probably nothing going to happen to any of these parents. But this woman, this African American woman, who the only thing that she wanted was to give her son a better education, is now sitting in prison for fraud or whatever they got her, whatever trumped up thing she's got is charged with. And I think that is so unfair. How crazy is that? Like, is that not, I mean, those of you guys who are listening to me right now, is that not such a blaring sign of racism if I've ever seen it? I mean, you know, some racism you can throw up under the rug and, you know, you can kind of explain it away. Oh, it's not racism. It was this way and that way. But some instances of racism, it's just like, oh my God, really? Is that what we're doing? And so that's what a lot of people are saying now. Like, I mean, it's worse than the woman who called the cops on the people at the cookout in the park. It's worse than the lady that called the cops on the little girl who tried to sell water on the side of the street. It's a lot. I mean, this stuff is blaring. Like, come on, people. We don't have anything else better to do. I mean, look at some of the stories. I mean, the man who was cutting his grass in his yard, and the cops came up and pulled a gun on him in his yard. And I'm like, what kind of stuff is going on? And it's just amazing to me. So let's get into some of the stories that I'm reading, and it's some trending stories. The top 5 trending stories. One of the posts that I'm reading is about Lori McLaughlin, her daughter. Let's see if I can pull this up real quick. The daughter was making jokes about being, immediately bribed these folks to get into her school. And it's just, I really can't get over this stuff, man. I really can't. And it bugs me. It really shatters my brain because I'm trying to make sure that my kid does the right thing to get into college. And these people are bribing their way, bribing their kids' way into colleges. And it's just unfair. It's just unfair to the people who do it right. You know what I'm saying? And it's just crazy. It's crazy. All right. So let's switch gears here. Let's talk a little bit about the mosque shooting that went on this weekend in New Zealand, where there were 49 people that were confirmed dead behind that shooting when a man came in and, just shot this mosque, and he paid homage to our president and was like, because of you, sir, I did this. And it's absolutely bananas and crazy to me that he would even do this. And I'm reading something on the Washington Post, something about some Republicans pushing for mandatory for something about AR-15s, something about the mandatory push for the AR-15s was a ploy to bait the left, the Democrats, which is just ridiculous, stupid, just stupid. Let's get to the fact that this man shot 49 people. His youngest victim was 3. What's up, Anchor listeners for the Common Sense Show TV? What's going on, man? Listen, real quick, I just want to ask you a question. Have any of you ever thought about starting your own podcast? When I was trying to start this podcast, get it off the ground, I've been on Anchor for a couple of years now. I had a lot of questions about it. How do I record an episode? How do I get my podcast on Apple Music and Spotify and Google and all that good stuff? And how do I make money from it? So the answer to every one of those questions that I asked myself was simply this particular platform at Anchor.fm. Now, Anchor, you can do everything here, one stop for recording, hosting, and distributing all of your podcasts because you don't have to really go through a middleman. It's all done right here on Anchor. Best of all, it's 100% free, you guys, and ridiculously easy to use. And now Anchor is going to match you with great sponsors so you can get paid to podcast. So eventually, I'm going to get paid to do this. I tell you. Now, I use Anchor simply because I broadcast the Common Sense Show TV right here on Anchor, and I distribute that through Apple, iTunes, Spotify, Google, Castbox, Radio Public, right here on the internet. So if you always want to start a podcast, make money doing it, go to anchor.fm/start. To join me and other podcasters on Anchor and this diverse community of podcasters already using this particular platform. That's anchor.fm/start. I can't wait to hear your podcast. 3 years old. Let that sink in for a sec. 3 years old. And this young man who what I was reading earlier, had planned on going to the park with his dad and his brother after service. And now he can't. Is that not the saddest thing you've ever heard in all of your life? 49 people shot because of hate. It's ridiculous. You can't blame every Muslim in this country for what happened on 9/11. 9/11 happened with the acts of 4 different Muslim people or 4 different Arab men. Everybody that's Muslim isn't a criminal. Why don't people understand that? Why we gonna tag a whole race of folk or the whole belief system of folk because of the actions of a couple of idiots? Come on, it's crazy to me. How did we get here? How did America as a society get here? I mean, I know we've been racist for a long time. The country as a whole has been racist for a long time. But when do we come out of that? When do we finally get out of that? But a lot of people are saying we'll get out of that once President Trump is out of office, and I just don't believe that. I just believe that the hate of the country is deep rooted. It's rooted. People are just crazy. I was watching the Breakfast Club this morning. Actually a clip, and I always watched the Donkey of the Day given by Charlemagne the God, and it was about this teacher down in Hampton, Virginia. I'm not sure where she was, but she went on a racial tirade. I wish I had the clip, but I don't. I do actually. Let's see if we can pull that up. I don't want to pull in Charlemagne's comments, but maybe I should. But anyway, this woman at the end of this tirade told this, talked to a young man and told him, F you, nigger. Now, it's got to be something deep rooted for her to be able to say that and be okay. I mean, it's just not fair. Now, and what's not only fair about that is that she got to resign from her position. She was an administrator at the school, and she got to resign. So this tirade won't go on her record. Now, had she gotten fired, it'd have been a little different. She would have gotten fired because of her bigotry, and it would have been on her record, and now a school within a 10,000 mile radius would touch her. But because she resigned, that goes away. And I feel like that's just crazy talk. That's just crazy to me. I don't understand. I do not understand. Racism is just sad. It's a sad thing. It's just really sad. But on another note, before I close this podcast today, I'm excited about a few things that's coming up. I am actually going into video podcasting. I'm actually going to start my YouTube channel as of today. So you guys go ahead and subscribe. I don't have a custom URL yet because I don't have 100 subscribers. Once I get to 100 subscribers, and then I can get my custom URL. Now I could pay for those 100 subscribers, but I'm not going to do that. Why? Because I'm broke. I'm not going to do that. The way my account, excuse me, the way my account is set up, there's no way that I'm going to pay for subscribers. It's crazy. So I'm going to start the YouTube channel right when I get through rendering this up to Anchor. I'm going to go slap my camera on and do a little something today. What else I got going? That's about it. Well, don't forget, you guys, I'm writing a book, The Knucklehead Chronicles. That's going to come out here. I'm shooting for October because I'm still in the midst of writing it. And then plus, of course, I got to edit it and all that good stuff. So I want you guys to be in anticipation of that particular book. Go ahead and join the email list. I sent out my first email this Saturday. Make sure you join the email list because, hey, that's some good stuff in there, man. I dropped some extreme nuggets on y'all. And if you're not in there, you're going to miss them. I promise you. What else I got going on here? But let me say this too before I go. Everyone who is listening to this podcast right now, I want to give you guys a huge shout out and thank you for listening. I'm not as famous as a lot of the podcasters, and my podcast don't get 300, 400, 500 views, listens a day or what have you, and that's okay. I can live with that. But the ones that do come in and support and listen every single time I come on, I want to thank you and appreciate you. I appreciate you from the bottom of my heart, because you could have not listened to the podcast. You could have just, I don't do podcasts, but I appreciate you and I thank you from the very bottom of my heart. The Common Sense Show TV listeners, thank you. So what I want you to do, those of you who do listen and you do check out YouTube, check me out. I'm going to be on there. You might have to do a search for the Common Sense Show TV. You have to put in the TV though, because if you don't put in TV, you're going to get Dave Meltzer, who is not Dave Meltzer, but Dave Parsons, who is the owner and founder of the Common Sense Show. That is a political show. I'm not him. Okay, so you want to put in the TV. I'm not sure if he has his stuff trademarked, but I'm definitely gonna look into mine today, as a matter of fact, about trademarking that so that can't nobody use it. So anyway, I'm out of here. You guys have a great rest of your Monday. Remember to be blessed and bold on purpose. Have a great week, and I will see you guys, or you guys will hear my voice on tomorrow. Thank you. All right, peace.